Pittsburgh Steelers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On one, ready?
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year, with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And now they will throw it with Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
On one, ready?
To throw again on second down.
Burrow trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
The Steelers at 2-6 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Alex Highsmith able to record his 5th sack of the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Tua going to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback, maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Here we go.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Burrow. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 2 yards to go on third down. Now it's Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football.
Here we go, here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
11.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
from the gun. They'll try to run it.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And very little room to maneuver. They'll get this down to about the 39. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lock behind it. Wow. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they'll tell their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Ready?
On 2nd down, Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to pass. Tua. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
10 cycles. Ready.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Right back to him on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
Here we go.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
11 Palmer.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Burrow on 3rd down.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
11 Palmer.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll try and run for it.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on first down.
11.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd down and 4. Burrow finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
Here we go.
And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45, out of bounds at the 44.
That's a tremendous start to the third quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half.
And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smiles.
Ready?
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique, his ability.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him and then shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them. That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before you get much out of it.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
11.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
McPherson's kick is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, Someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Hands it off out of the gun.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And that is incomplete. That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Oh, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution. A 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11. 11 Thomas. 11 MT. 12, 12 plus. 11 Mighty. 11 Mighty.
Throwing now. Burrow on 1st down.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
55 yards.
And the Bengals have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for 2. In motion left is a running back.
11 MT. 11 MT. 11 MT. 12, 12, 12.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Burying made by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive line.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
11 empty.
First down. Here's Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he gets it down to the 32.
78 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame.
Caught the defense off guard there a bit on second and long, but now you still have to deal with third and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson.
This to break our 4th quarter tie.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Ready, break.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And this one too low. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tua.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And he'll take this one down near the 15.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Real green.
Tagovailoa. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Tua. His pass caught at the 4. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Tua. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Down. Right.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Green back. Dog red. Ready?
One final try for Tagovailoa.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Bengals are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity.